All right, welcome back, friends and family of tech nerds. What's up, everyone? It's Oliver. So today I'm going to be talking about whether or not we're fucked. That's right. We're talking about the tech industry employment and what it's going to be like for people graduating in 2023. I'm just doing this out of curiosity. I want to know if I was looking for a job in tech, would it be easy? So if that's you, comment down below. Let me know, is it more difficult right now to find jobs in tech? Depending on where you are, it's a little different, and statistics don't tell the whole story. I'm going to tell you about some of the statistics that I'm looking up and seeing. So if I go to this website, CompTIA, they do this job report, and on their website, it basically shows overall tech employment in the United States of America. You can see that from December 2020 to November 2022, these are projected numbers, there has been a steady increase in employment in the tech industry. However, there has also been a somewhat steady decrease in tech job postings. And if you go down to the next page, and you can see that tech job postings in almost all of the top 10 states have actually gone down. Almost all of them have decreased. California, Texas quite significantly. And if you go around and, we've been seeing lots of these articles like Cisco laying off 4,100 employees, Twitter cutting employees. So it was cut by roughly 50%. Some accounts are now saying roughly 63% of Twitter has been laid off. Meta confirms 10,000 layoffs, amounting to 13% of its workforce. So you're seeing all of these headlines and you're like, man, it's really shit out there for tech workers right now. Now, while this is technically true, and all of these newly laid off people will probably be looking for jobs in the next year, let's call it, it's going to be more competitive because you will have highly qualified people coming from very desirable companies looking for jobs. Generally, not always, but generally, if you have something like that on your resume versus someone who just recently graduated, you may be looked at as more desirable, and you might get a job that maybe a new graduate would have gotten had all these layoffs not happened. There's about 400,000 job openings each year on average, which are projected to come from growth and replacement needs. Meanwhile, some statistics claim that there is less than 30,000 computer science graduates in the United States every year. So, it's for all these job openings, that is not a lot of people to fill them. Let's just say we add software, computer, blah, 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 engineerings, then you closer to maybe like 200,000. That's still not quite enough to fill all the job openings. So in some ways, it will likely be more difficult to get a job, or at least it'll be more competitive to get jobs, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist, right? Like you have to go out there and find jobs that match your skill set and find employers that match your skill set, and then hopefully you guys can come to an agreement and you can get hired. So if we go back and we look at this TIA report, this darker blue line is the tech unemployment rate versus the lighter blue line is the national unemployment rate. And in almost every situation, especially during the pandemic, tech actually fared really well and has been well below the national average unemployment rate. So if you have credentials in technology, you are already doing way better than the average when it comes to ability to be employed. Could that change this upcoming year? Yes, it could. Now, for those north of the border in Canada, there's a very interesting report that the Engineers Canada creates every year, and it's basically how many engineers are being graduated in particular fields. And this one is the undergraduate enrollment by program, so full-time. So in 2020, it's a little bit outdated, but you had about 7,500 software engineers employed, which is kind of the one that we're most concerned with. We have computer and electrical here, which can also be similar. So, somewhere around, say 15,000, but that's through all 4 years. So you generally divide it by 5 because the average engineering degree takes about 5 years. So really you have like 1,100 software engineers across all of Canada being graduated every year, if that. You had the highest growth percentage in software engineers from 2016 to 2022. So in the last 4 years, software engineers have been growing the most. So as you can see in this headline that was written just a few months ago, Canada is desperate for tech workers. Here's one way to solve the problem. So they talk about it. So despite layoffs in recent months, tech workers are still in high demand. It reveals many opportunities for software engineers and data scientists in the ICT sector in Canada. There are more jobs than there are qualified people to fill them. The ICT Council last year reported that the country's employers would need to fill an additional 250,000 technology jobs by 2025. And as you just saw, we are graduating about 4,000 technology-related graduates from university every year, which is not nearly enough. Obviously, this is an estimate, and I have reported in the past that many engineers end up being underemployed. But the point of this kind of article here is just to basically prove that, there are jobs out there if you are looking for them in technology. So this report kind of just goes through and shows how different sectors of the economy in Canada fared following the COVID-19 waves. And you can see that the digital economy absolutely boomed. And obviously anything that goes up this high and this much must come down. Technology is still a huge, huge part of everybody's lives. And I don't think the need for technology people is going to be decreased anytime soon. The amount of time it takes you to find a job right now might be more complicated because people are freezing hiring, slowing hiring, that sort of thing as they're preparing for the recession. It might take you a bit longer, but if you stick to it, I think you can find yourself a job. I'll report back if things change. Happy New Year to everybody if you're watching this in 2023. Good luck if you're graduating in 2023. I'm graduating soon, so I just kind of wanted to make this video just to see what it's like out there for the technology peeps like myself. If you found this video interesting, you know what to do, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!